Good evening, everybody.
Hi.
So we had a little bit of a weird day. Not really weird, it was just a productive day. Duncan worked a double, and I tried to get everything ready for the next week. We are going on a trip next weekend, and I will be gone in Denver this week for work, so lots of social media posting, prepping along with packing, and I am performing in a service that next weekend, so more practicing had to be had, and I had an empty house, which was even better to do it. So today we are going to do a top 10 list of top 10 full service Walt Disney World restaurants. So a couple details. One, not all of the restaurants, well, I guess I don't know his list completely, but not all of the restaurants will be necessarily Walt Disney World owned and operated. So
But they will be, I kept it as on property.
Yeah, on property. They are on property.
A Disney bus will get you there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had a double think, but yes, that's absolutely true. And what else? We didn't talk about our lists. I'm sure we have shared ones for sure because we have the same favorites.
We have similar interests.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did not talk about it, and our list will be in no particular order.
Yep.
So this isn't like a 10 to 1 ranking. This is just kind of where we wind up, because I'm sure our top 3 are probably crossed over, just probably in a different order.
Yep.
So.
Also one last disclaimer. I'm sorry. So I will be drinking this. I think I kind of mentioned it before, but I'm doing this water challenge where I'm trying to drink 3 of these a day. I'm doing okay. Yesterday, if you watched our video, you know that I was in the parks 13 hours. I definitely drank 3+ of these. But today I've been at home. I'm not doing so great. So it's crunch time. I need to drink this while we record this.
I guess last disclaimer, I'm still dealing with a cough. I apologize. I'll do my best. I also have water to help. So
No challenge.
no challenge for me, but that's where it's at. All right. So Katie, let's start with your first favorite table service restaurant.
I have my notes. So my first favorite is Ohana
Yeah.
for dinner. Is that your first one?
Oh, it was dinner too. I went specific on the meal as well.
Yeah, oh, for sure. So if you don't know, a lot of Disney restaurants, I don't know if it's necessarily a lot. Some Disney restaurants will have different meals.
Menus for different meals.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So sometimes the buffets change. Well, obviously the buffets change from breakfast to lunch, but sometimes even lunch to dinner. And yeah, it just depends. So check out the My Disney Experience app for specifics. Otherwise, if you're in the parks, just go ask. But anyways, so Ohana at the Polynesian Village Resort. It also has a character meal for breakfast, but we're specifically talking about dinner. No characters involved here, but amazing, delicious food. So if you are unfamiliar, you come into the restaurant, you get a coconut bread, which is
great.
Yeah, it's his favorite.
It's
I
real
don't like
good.
it. We also should mention we're kind of picky eaters, which maybe will become evident by
Very
our
quickly.
choices.
Very quickly. It's fine. But yeah, the food's great. So it's on my list too. The food's great. It's like some of the best food I've ever had. And honestly, I'm not even talking about just the entrees. The
yeah, that's
appetizers are literally, I could just eat the appetizers and be 100% content.
Yes, and so after you get a salad before you get the appetizers, and I love the salad. Now, most salads I feel at a restaurant are kind of like bonus,
Basic.
right? This comes with a passion fruit vinaigrette, or at least it does as of the recording of this video. But my favorite thing is it has wontons.
For real though, like wontons.
I get so excited about wontons.
It could probably be a very average to worst salad on property, and if it had wontons, it would save the day for Katie.
Yes. And then, yeah, appetizers. So the appetizers have two of our favorite parts of this entire meal. The pot stickers and the noodles. I don't even
so
know like what they call the noodles, but
Yeah,
they're amazing.
but they're so good.
And yeah, Asian noodles. We'll just call them that.
we'll call them that.
Yeah. Also, you get wings and vegetables, and it's like a mixed vegetable. There's sometimes baby corn in there, sometimes mushrooms, onions. Why am
Yeah, I feel like it's not in broccoli. I
Oh,
think broccoli's
broccoli,
in
yeah,
there.
duh.
I
'Cause
feel like it's
knew
not
I knew
seasonal.
I ate it.
Yeah, I feel like it's not a seasonal vegetable. I feel like it's the same every time, but yeah. So the wings are really good. They're just not up on my list because if I'm gonna eat chicken, I'm gonna wait for the entree.
Which brings us to the entrees. So you get, the servers will bring over, or their assistants will bring over giant skewers of meat, and they cook them over an open flame. You can actually watch them do it if you pass it in the restaurant. But you get chicken, steak,
And shrimp.
So we're gonna tell you.
I mean, all right.
Okay, so we went on a vacation to Disney. This was when we were living in Wisconsin, so we were not local then. It was 2014-ish, I think.
Somewhere in there.
So we titled the vacation Food Fest. And Food Fest because we went during free dining and then upgraded to the deluxe dining plan, which is 3 meals a day.
3 table service meals a day.
Or any combination.
Well, yeah.
But we wanted to get our money's worth, so we did 3 table service meals a day.
At 3 courses.
I don't recommend this unless you're doing it to like try foods that you had never tried before, which is what I wanted to do.
And that's how we found a lot of these restaurants,
Yeah,
actually.
honestly. Yeah. We've done the deluxe dining plan twice, once on our honeymoon and then once for Food Fest. So anyway, so we were at Food Fest and we were like one of the last tables of the day. And I knew going into this meal, I was going to get a Lapu Lapu. This is important. So I get it. It's a drink that comes in a pineapple, and also another reason why this restaurant is great.
I had that down. They have great drinks.
Yeah, it
Like,
comes in a pineapple.
the Lapu Lapu's great. I know I've had a couple other great drinks that are like only for at least the Polynesian. So like in their bar that's outside and at Ohana, they have some great drinks too.
So he's stalling because he doesn't want me to tell this story. So I get this Lapu Lapu, and then everyone else gets a Lapu Lapu, and then people get silly because they were not prepared. I prepared.
It's literally a Cordell pineapple that's pretty much just filled with rum. And a little bit of pineapple juice.
Tropical juices. But anyway, so shrimp skewer comes around, and
You
half
don't
of
eat
us,
shrimp.
I don't eat shrimp. I don't eat seafood at all.
Your sister doesn't
And
eat
my
shrimp.
sister
Who
does
was
not
there?
eat shrimp. Yes.
I feel like Scott doesn't eat
I
shrimp.
feel like, yeah, our friend Scott, I'd also think. Anyway, the point is, a majority of us did not want the shrimp. So then we are like, give our shrimp to him. So the server takes the skewer, thinks he's funny, shoves all the shrimps on Duncan's plate.
And we're talking, this is like 20 jumbo peel and eat shrimp onto a plate that could barely hold 20 jumbo peel and eat shrimp.
Yes. So that's pretty much it for the story of that day. But here's why we're still talking about it. So my sister comes to visit me. This is around the Hurricane Matthew time. So it was while I was a cast member the second time. And he was away for work, and I had Ohana reservations with my sister. So we go there and we're thinking about this shrimp incident. And Natalie, you know how you can draw on Snapchat? Natalie's my sister. She drew Duncan in a chair at Ohana and said, who's gonna eat all the shrimps, with like a thought cloud with the shrimp emoji. It was when the shrimp emoji was new, so it was hilarious. And every time something happens, this Snapchat
This shrimp
resurfaces.
picture shows back up.
Maybe we could put it here.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is why, I forget why I was even telling that story, but just
telling
because
the
it
show.
happened at Ohana.
Yeah.
So know this because it will come up a lot of times in this vlog.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so you
Also, with Ohana, we did not finish Ohana
I'm
yet.
sorry, this is Duncan's favorite part.
So after you get all of this glorious food between the appetizers and the entrees, out comes dessert. And it is this bread pudding, vanilla ice cream, and this like banana
sauce.
Foster sauce, like caramel banana Foster sauce. It is unbelievable.
It's pineapple bread pudding.
Pineapple bread pudding.
Yep.
It is so good. The last time we went, I'm pretty sure I ate a whole one myself. It's just so good. And like, it's such a struggle because you eat all of this great food and sometimes you just feel like you have no room. And yet you always find room because it's that good.
Dessert shelf had not been filled.
All right, so for me, the next place I'm gonna go is just across the lake, and we're gonna go to Fort Wilderness, and we're gonna go to Trails End.
I also had this one on my list.
For me, any meal at Trails End is a great meal. I don't care if it's breakfast, I don't care if it's lunch, I don't care if it's dinner. It's always great.
It really
I don't
is.
care if it's brunch.
Okay, no, you do matter. It does matter if it's brunch because brunch is the best. So
Best of both worlds, I
yeah.
guess.
So brunch is only on Saturdays and Sundays, and a amazing deal. You get the best of the best from both breakfast and dinner. Now lunch is a la carte, so it is a separate menu, but it is also just as delicious. So highlights for me: fried chicken.
Fried chicken, all of the Southern style food.
Yeah.
Which, let's be real, we have a weakness for a lot of Southern style food. Fried chicken, mashed potatoes, corn.
You like ribs?
They have, oh yeah, ribs. Cornbread. Cornbread for me, yes. Some of the best cornbread I've ever had has been in that, came out of the kitchen.
And actually, it shares a building, and I would imagine a kitchen. I can't say for sure, but it does share some of the same foods that you would get at the Hoop-Dee-Doo Review, which is right next door. So definitely, if you know that, you'll know this kind of food. And it's a hidden gem, honestly. Most people don't know that it's there.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy reservation to get. It's never super crowded. And yeah, it's kind of tucked away. It's a little bit harder to get to. You got to take a resort bus to get back there, unless you take transportation from the Magic Kingdom. But it is great. I know a lot of people are finding it now.
I know.
So it's less of a hidden gem, but it's still great.
You should check it out.
You should check it out.
Yeah. Okay, so my next one, now this is one of our operating participants, is Shula's.
Yeah, I left that one off because I knew you were going to go there.
Shula's, honestly, if you ask me what my favorite restaurant on Disney property is, it's always going to be Ohana or Shula's. So Shula's is actually at the Dolphin Resort, as in the Swan and Dolphin, as in the Coral and Aqua Hotel that you may not know what it is, that has the weird swan/dolphin fish statues on top of it. It is so good. Well, you can probably speak to the sports references better than
So
I.
it's owned by Don Shula, who was the coach of the Dolphins for their undefeated season. And they do, I mean, there's lots of pictures up, there's lots of memorabilia up. When they bring out when you bring it to your table, they bring out a football that has like scores on it, and then it also has some of the bigger steaks.
So Shula's has the best steaks I've ever had in my life. And there's a variety of different sizes, a variety of different cuts, and it's not just steak. They even have vegetarian options there, or just non-beef options. You've had the seafood before, right? Did you?
Yeah,
I think you had a
so.
crab leg, right?
Oh yeah, I've had like a side, like an add-on of
Oh
something.
yeah, that's important to note. This is one of those steakhouses that does the a la carte menu. So like you order your entree and then the sides are family style, and they really are meant for sharing. They are.
Yeah, they are large.
My favorites are the mashed potatoes and the corn, because it has like peppers and tomatoes in it. Corn is not his favorite, but
Yeah. I just dig on the mashed potatoes.
yes.
They also have some really great drinks.
Oh yeah, I usually get wine, but you usually have a cocktail.
Yeah, I usually get mojito. They have a pineapple mojito here there that is fantastic.
And you got a blueberry something once, I felt.
Yeah, I think it was like a martini,
That's what I was thinking.
or it was like a seasonal mojito. It was one of the two, but it was really good. So make sure you check out those drinks. The servers are really knowledgeable about the stuff there. So
Oh yeah,
it
service is outstanding.
we even went and sat at the bar, well, in the bar once, in the lounge area, I guess, and had some fantastic service. Just anywhere there.
And a little bit more relaxed because this restaurant is formal. Now, that's not formal as in need to dress up, which some people do because it is a convention hotel as it is. And then some people, it is an expensive restaurant, so people tend to dress up. But it's also a convention hotel in Walt Disney World, so you see people looking like they just got off the golf course. So,
Yeah.
And kids are welcome. There are parts of sometimes when we go in there, it's very, very quiet though. So it just depends on if you're comfortable. But bonus tip, Shula's has an e-club, and if you sign up for it, you get a free entree within reason on your birthday.
Yeah,
And
and
it's
it's
awesome.
like one of the best deals
Ever. Yeah.
Anywhere.
Sign
Not
up.
even on property, anywhere.
Yep. Sign up.
Sign up. Sign up for it.
Are we on me? No, I just
We're on
want
me.
you.
So I'm gonna go with one that may surprise you.
I'm excited.
I'm gonna go with Tusker House.
I
The
almost
breakfast.
Okay.
Tusker House is an Animal Kingdom. It is a Disney restaurant. It's well, not anymore, but
Yeah.
it's the only sit-down Disney restaurant in Animal Kingdom. Full service?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only full-service Disney restaurant in Animal Kingdom. It's a buffet, but it has different flavors to it. I think that's what I like. As being a plain eater, finding different flavors at places that I can enjoy is kind of a big deal. They have a lot of more African-style flavors in a lot of your normal breakfast food, just with a little twist.
I don't even know if I would say necessarily normal with the twist because they definitely also have very basic things too
Yeah.
because it is a character meal. So they'll have like scrambled eggs, but then they'll have like crazy scrambled eggs. That's what I
Yeah.
remember. They also have Mickey waffles. I know that's a very important must for Disney breakfast. Everything tastes better when it's shaped like Mickey. But even like the basic Mickey, not necessarily. I guess they do have the Mickey muffins, but like the pastries are pretty standard for your Disney breakfast. But then there's like one whole half of
Yeah.
it that's African inspired.
Yeah, so there's like a almost like a kid / plain section of their buffet, and then there's like their African section of their
Yeah,
buffet.
it's a very large buffet. So if you've been to a Disney buffet and haven't been to this one, it's probably double the size.
Like normally Disney buffets have like two sides. This one's pretty much like one large buffet with like a split down the middle.
Did we talk about the characters already?
No, I was gonna get there. So Katie mentioned that it was a character meal, but they are in some different costumes. It is your normal Fab Five:
Mickey. Well, Daisy's there, right?
Mickey, Daisy, Donald, Goofy, no Pluto,
And Minnie.
and Minnie.
Yeah.
Mickey, Minnie, Daisy, Donald, Goofy. Yeah. So it's your Fab Five with they're in safari costumes, which are really cute. They come to your table, which is always the best part about a character meal. So you're getting different pictures along with that character interaction with characters that your kids will recognize that you already know and have that, relationship with.
Yep. And Mickey and Minnie have their own meet and greet in Animal Kingdom, but if you go to this breakfast, it's a fast pass you don't have to use and or not stand in the standby line for Mickey and Minnie in their safari costumes.
Yeah. Go ahead. What's your next one?
So my next one is also in Animal Kingdom and also not a Disney owned and operated restaurant. So my next one is Yak and Yeti.
I left that one off my list because I knew you were gonna go there too.
I have very defined favorites. So this one is owned and operated by Landry's. So that's the company that does Rainforest Cafe. And if you're familiar with Disney, T-Rex, and if you're familiar with Aquarium, I actually don't know if that's them anymore.
Oh yeah, I don't know if
I
that's
don't. It
anymore.
used to be. But yeah. Anyway, so Asian inspired again. Are you sensing a theme? So what I love about this is, one, I can use my Landry's card. So if you don't have a Landry's card, a Landry's Select card.
Membership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it allows you to skip any line. So as you may or may not know, Rainforest Cafe always has a huge wait, and we could walk right up and show our card and be sat pretty quick. And so we use that at T-Rex at Disney Springs.
We have literally skipped 45-minute waits to get sat within 3 minutes.
Yep. But our favorite place to use it is Yak and Yeti because we love so much of the food.
So much of the food.
We usually get pot stickers, and they'll give you a option for steamed or pan-fried. And then I always get the Korean barbecue beef with the barbecue on the side. It's one, I don't love barbecue. I actually like this sauce, but it's burn your mouth off hot.
Yeah, it's real hot stuff.
It doesn't really taste like barbecue. It's just spicy, but good. There's pineapples in this with Mongolian beef and onions, and I think there's peppers. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think
I
there's
think so.
peppers in there.
But they also have jasmine rice, which is another one of my weaknesses. No surprise to him. But the highlight, in case you haven't figured out, we're dessert people. So the highlight are the fried wontons, which are like cream cheese filled wontons on skewers with
Grilled pineapple.
and then there's like this amazing,
Vanilla sauce.
yeah,
on the
and
side.
strawberries.
Yeah.
So good.
So good.
We've also had a really good amount of cocktails there too.
Yeah, they have
that
some
are
really good drinks as well. We recently found a new appetizer that
I was going to mention that.
we were really excited about. Normally we just kind of stick to pot stickers and egg rolls, but we kind of talked about this in Ohana where they had those Asian noodles. They have these garlic noodles at Yak and Yeti that are absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we actually discovered them because someone was talking about it in a Facebook Disney food group, and we're like, what are these noodles and why haven't we tried them? And I do have to say, the next time we went back to Yak and Yeti, we did get pot stickers, but that's because the noodles are super filling. So if you have a whole day of like walking around ahead of you or it's super duper hot, I don't recommend the noodles because they sit.
Yeah, they sit.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess for me, number 4 for me is gonna be the Crystal Palace in the Magic Kingdom for breakfast.
Okay.
We have not had the greatest experiences with lunch and dinner, but I don't think we've ever had a bad experience with breakfast. Again, pretty standard Disney buffet. What sells it for me, they have puffed French toast, which is pretty much like your normal French toast, and then they just like flip it over itself and like fold the piece of bread in half, and then like let it refry again, and then toss it in cinnamon sugar. It's really great.
It's so good. It's also part of the kids buffet, but we have no shame
No shame.
No.
I'll grab anything off of the kids
Yep.
buffet.
at all times.
At all times. Any buffet we go to, we're both probably grabbing something off
Yep.
of the kids buffet. And then the other thing that sells it for me are the characters. It's Winnie the Pooh characters, so it's Pooh, Eeyore, Tigger, Piglet. I am a bigger Winnie the Pooh fan than Katie is. Tigger is one of my favorites of all time. So definitely a place that I prefer to go.
I also love that Crystal Palace has a build your own omelet station. It is such a win for me because they have a ton of ingredients and they don't judge me for getting my omelet without cheese. So my next one is Beer Garden in Epcot, which is in Germany, in case you couldn't figure out by the name. But it is a buffet, and I love a lot of things about it. One, the atmosphere. So even without the food, if Beer Garden was an experience, I would go because of a couple things. One, the band. In case you haven't figured out yet, music is a big part of why I love things. But it's different every time. They have a bunch of different sets. There's a dance floor for anybody to dance to. Most of the time it's parents and kids, but sometimes you get some talented polka dancers out there. Buffet is great. It has a lot vegetarian options. It has gluten-free options. It's very allergy friendly. My favorite thing is the pork schnitzel, I eat a lot of it, and pretzel bread.
Pretzel bread.
It's the only way I can convince him to go with me.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the food. Atmosphere is great. For those who don't know, beer halls and German style of everything, it's very, it very much fits in that if you want to take a look at what that kind of stuff feels like. The food for me, not 100%. The desserts, however, get me every time. They have some great desserts there.
Yeah, the Bavarian cheesecake is the lightest, fluffiest, delicious thing I have in Epcot regularly.
Yeah, they have some really great desserts. Honestly, I can't even remember them all because I usually just run up and grab like a giant plate and just fill it full of everything that's on there and then just stuff my face with it.
Yes. One important thing to know about Beer Garden is it is shared seating. What?
I just realized I missed a place on the list.
Oh.
Sorry, it just hit my
Shared
head.
seating. So like when we go, we'll be sat with 6 other people. That maybe one family, maybe 3 other families. But most of the time, everyone's been pretty friendly. Like if you don't want to socialize, I don't think anybody would judge
be
you.
insulted?
Yeah, no.
But yeah, so it's an 8-person table and they're gonna fill it with 8 people.
Yep.
So
Be open.
Be open.
You might find your new best friend.
We've never met somebody who wasn't super friendly. All right, so before I forget, because I totally forgot to put it on here, and it is one of my tops, Cape May Cafe. So my next one is Cape May Cafe at the Beach Club.
For dinner?
For dinner. Yeah, specifically for dinner. I think breakfast was good, but dinner definitely 100%. For me, it's all about the food at this one. You get your seafood options. I don't normally get to eat a lot of seafood because someone that's here likes to make fun of me when I eat shrimp and doesn't like seafood. So, but here at the buffet, you have seafood options, you have non-seafood options, and we have a good mix. It's a place I could get crab legs, which are great, and honestly, it's all you can eat crab legs pretty much all the time. They have a lot of great stuff for that. They have, butter and all the kind of extras you'd want. They have cornbread there, which also selling point for me. Mashed
your favorite part.
potatoes. And then they have the best desserts. I would say best buffet desserts on property are at Cape May Cafe. Not only do they have great desserts, but they have rotating desserts that are all great.
And they're all bite-sized.
And they're all like tiny little I'm not gonna fill my face. I'm not gonna pull out like this giant piece of cake. It's gonna be little pieces of cake. The last time we went, I literally took a dinner plate and filled it
He did.
full
I
of
was there.
desserts. And she laughed at me like that when she saw it, but it was great. But yeah, so they rotate the desserts. They have some seasonal desserts. A seller for her usually have like a key lime something.
Yep.
Um,
They also almost always have a flourless chocolate cake, which is another one of my favorites.
So definitely, not only are the entrees good, is the food on the buffet good, but the desserts, hands down. Again, another one of those more quiet restaurants where it's not super crazy all the time. It's not super crazy and loud with kids running around and stuff like that. It's a pretty relaxed atmosphere.
For sure. And just to let you know, breakfast is obviously different. There's no crab legs at breakfast. But breakfast has characters. It's Minnie, Donald, etc. in beach wear swimwear.
Beach slash swimwear.
Yep. Oh, my turn.
Yeah.
My last one. Okay.
Game time decision.
3 hours later.
So my last restaurant is Hollywood and Vine at Hollywood Studios. It's an unpopular choice, which surprises me because I haven't had a meal there that was bad, ever.
No.
So I am not meal specific with this. Every meal I've had at Hollywood and Vine has been great. Right now, in 2018, it's breakfast is Disney Junior. Right now, right now it's Sophia, Doc McStuffins, Goofy, from like Roadster Racers.
Oh, Mickey's Racers, yeah.
Yeah, and then Jake and the Neverland Pirates. But I don't know if it's already happened, but they're changing over to Vampira. Is that how you say
yeah.
it? Vampira? I haven't seen it, but they're switching her out, or in, and I believe Jake out.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think that's
so.
right.
I think that's right. Anyway, so breakfast, all buffet. Breakfast is pretty standard. At night, it goes to Minnie's Seasonal Dine, which is new. Hollywood and Vine is where I did my college program, for those that don't know. But when I worked there were no characters for lunch or dinner, and now there are. And they do springtime, summer, Halloween, holiday, and last we went, like in the January, February time, they were doing like a movie theme.
Like a silver screen
Mm-hmm.
theme.
And once again, oh, you know what? These desserts are really good too. There's less of them.
yeah.
There's less of them than at Cape May Buffet, but they're always themed to the
Minnie, to whatever the
whatever the holiday is.
holiday is.
Yeah. So like I specifically remember like film reel shaped stuff during the time we went for the silver screen one, and Christmas is obviously all red and green, but I remember like some orange and black
Yeah.
for Halloween. But floral for springtime. I remember some big flower stuff.
Yeah, that
So-
one has some definite great food though.
Yeah, and they change that out a lot too because the chefs rotate and whatnot. So, I mean, there's usually a carving station for dinner and mashed potatoes and like the basics, and there's salad section and the rolls, but the rest kind of change, and they're unique offerings. So maybe that's why people don't like it, because
It's not what you're normally thinking you're gonna get on a buffet.
yeah, but honestly,
It's all
if-
great.
if you like simple, you'll definitely be
Yeah, and it's
be good.
definitely a little bit more on the safe side.
Yeah,
It's definitely safe.
but it's also adventurous if you want to be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good food.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly good food, considering all of the
It gets so
negative
much.
the negative press it
Yeah,
gets.
it gets a lot of negative press, but it's fine. It's great. It's yummy. I
Yeah.
definitely leave full every time.
Every time.
Mm-hmm.
My last one, I'm gonna go with the Plaza at Magic Kingdom. For me, this is just a good food, simple food. They do have some seasonal offerings usually. And this last time we went, they had a seasonal dessert that was a banana bread pudding that was amazing. It was so great. But they have some great burgers. They have great, like, regular, it's kind of regular
It's kind of like
food.
diner-ish. I don't want to say diner as in quality, but diner as in selection.
Style.
So they have
Yeah.
salads, sandwiches, like the club is one of their famous menu items that people get. A variety of burgers. I feel like they have meatloaf. Why do I feel like they have
maybe.
meatloaf? They usually have Italian wedding soup, which is a win in my book.
And they have, like, one of those, like, apple salad
Oh, yeah.
things.
Yep.
For me, though, I think the reason that I really like this restaurant is it's a little bit quieter. It's a little bit
Small.
smaller,
It's very small.
but it's still semi-easy to get into.
Yeah.
I don't
People
think we've
don't know
ever.
it's there.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever had like a really hard time getting in there. It is connected to the ice cream shop on Magic Kingdom, so it's kind of around the corner on your way to Tomorrowland, and I think that's why people don't know that it's there.
Yeah. So it's really cool because since it's connected to the ice cream parlor, you can get the ice cream from there in the restaurant, which if you're an ice cream parlor fan, it's great because you know that line is usually insane, especially
door.
at the end of the night.
Wrapped
Yeah.
around that building.
So they also have great gluten-free options. I mentioned gluten-free a lot because my mom has
Her
to
mom's
eat.
gluten free, so
Yeah.
it's definitely something that stands out to us a little bit more. Speaking of ice cream, they have all you care to enjoy shakes.
Yes.
Which all you care to enjoy shakes is easily the best deal on property.
If you can drink more than one.
If you can drink more than one.
cannot.
Sometimes
Well,
it's a struggle.
The one they have right now is what was that? The birthday cupcake or birthday
yeah, it was like a
cake?
birthday cake.
Yeah, and it had like cake on top. Osos on top of our fridge.
Yeah, he's surveying his land right now.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's gonna be our list. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're done.
So that's our list. Thanks for listening to us ramble for a little bit. Let us know some of your favorites in the comments.
And let us know if this inspired you to try something new. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We are going to go and get stuff ready for tomorrow. Back to work. Sad face. But be sure to like, share our videos, subscribe, and leave a comment. We love to hear from you, or we'd love to get to know you, because we know people are watching these and we don't know who. So with that, we'll see you real soon.
See you real soon.
Alex, thanks for coming to the show! What did he say?